Yo, what up? This your boy Snow right here, and I'm chilling with Sarah Harrison, the lady in the trap, baby. Let's get it.
Welcome to a very special episode of Sarah Harrison exclusive 12 Days of LITTmas, and who better to keep us in the holiday spirit than the legend of the Snowman himself, formerly known as Young Jeezy. We have the one and only Jeezy with me. How are you? Are you stationed in Atlanta?
No, I'm in LA right now.
I feel like you're always in Atlanta.
Yeah. I had to get out of there and get some of this good weather in LA. The sun is out, so
I
how
feel
you
you on
feeling?
that. I'm feeling great, man. Super blessed. You know, it's been a tough year for everyone. I know
Yeah.
we've all been experiencing the same thing. In fact, what's a take for you this year in 2020? I know you've had some very monumental moments, but in your own words, this year.
Oh man, I learned a big thing this year. I learned patience. I learned how to be patient, in a lot of different ways. So I think the pandemic has done that for me. So either you're gonna be better, or you're gonna be better. So I'm gonna choose to be better. You dig?
Yeah. I love that how you summed it up with one word, patience, for sure.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
So you got
Yeah.
it's so much going on. You gotta sit back.
Yeah. Listen, championing trap music has been my at the forefront of me being a DJ. So, you
So
know, I definitely credit trap music for having a job.
let's
Like
go.
I've,
Let's
you
go.
know, it's definitely kept the clubs bumping here in the UK. It's been a while now since you've been here, Jeezy, right?
Yeah, it's been a minute. The last tour I was on was the last time I was there. And then everything hit with this pandemic, so it just slowed everything down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got love for the UK though. I know they be trapped out over there. That's crazy.
I don't think you understand. Like, I think you do know that the impact that you've had across waters, but in your opinion, what was the record that really transitioned and transcended not only the Young Jeezy movement, but trap music as a whole?
I think Soul Survivor for me it just opened up, even though it wasn't the trap sound, it just gave me a different type of exposure. So then everybody was able to go back and hear my old stuff and understand what I was doing. So I think Soul Survivor was like one of the biggest moments. And then I still had all the street records that people heard about but didn't know that was me. So they put two and two together. So yeah, Soul Survivor for sure.
I think you had a very recognizable tone in your voice that I think was one of the things that people latched onto with you and the records. I think that was your signature.
Yeah, that was it. And the ad libs, all that.
Yeah, for sure. I want to touch on a few things while I have you here today. Obviously, the return of Jeezy with Recession 2,
Mm.
a historic reconciliation, not only for hip hop, but Atlanta specifically. You know, you've solidified yourself as a corporate thug, that blueprint, and also financial freedom and what it means for black people. So for me,
Right.
it's music first, right? Let's start with Recession 2. This is like 12 years from the original Recession. Tell me, why did you decide to withdraw from retirement?
Well, really, I wasn't retired. I was more so in the hiatus, just getting everything together and just working on a lot of business stuff. So I kind of just stepped away. In the beginning, I was just music, 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 music. But then I started putting other things into the pot as well. So around that time, other things were going on. So I was focusing on them too. So it wasn't just music every day. And that kind of just put me in a different space. And once I felt it again and I started feeling things come back around, then it's back to the music. So if they say I retired and came back, that's on them. But I was just really chilling. And when it was time to come back with the Recession 2, the timing was right. Everything that I was seeing, I was putting in the music. So it just all made sense for me and the people that rock with me.
Why was the timing right?
I mean, just watching what's going on in the world. Like, I don't think people know. I know you guys know over there in the UK because you guys were marching and rallying too. But, this whole Black Lives Matter thing hit, racism, the pandemic, financial unrest. We had a president in the White House that shouldn't have been in the White House. It was just like a lot of things going on. Every time you turned on the news, you just saw something that was devastating, whether it was Breonna Taylor, whether it was Ahmaud Arbery, whether it was George Floyd, like any of these, like all these situations, all this going on at one time. And I was actually making the album at that time, and I was like, damn. So I was putting all that into the music. So I felt like the time was right to address some things because that's what was really going on. And also is another election year. The last time Barack was coming in, this time Trump was going out.
That's right. And did you see that video circulating that someone dubbed "They Know" over Biden jogging out to his victory speech?
No, I need that.
I thought it was real.
Right, right. Nah.
But we're definitely gonna touch on the topics, as you said, that were perfect timing. But we can't skip over the production that you have ushered in your career, right? You've always, you've brought the likes of Don Cannon through. Your teaming up with Justice League is just the most stunning production. And I think even especially on this album, the second half with Justice League taking reign over there, like I love it. It's so dope. And Cannon's beats are amazing. I just want to know creatively then, what did you aim to achieve with this album outside the topics? Like what was your creative head like going into this?
I wanted it to feel live, like live. Most of it is live instrumentation. I wanted anthems, and then I wanted real music. So the whole Don Cannon thing, me and Don Cannon been down since like my first mixtapes. But one thing he did, he's evolved. He knows how to bring those triumphant horns or those sounds that people just can't give me. And Jessica Lee, I was like one of the first artists to ever do music with them. But they're so musically inclined, like they can make anything. Like you can see, be like, yo, I like this and that, and they put it all together and give you exactly what you want. It's like this, they're like musical scientists. And I was just like, yo, I just wanted to feel like I'm getting in this car that's on the cover and I'm riding around the block with my uncle to the liquor store, like real life. And that's what we started making. So it's like it's a time capsule. A lot of people, um, you know, they'll be late to the party because you got to really know music to understand and respect that. You know what I mean? It's almost like when Tupac dropped "Me Against the World." Like I loved it, but I didn't know what he was talking about until later on. I'm like, damn, he was really on point. So it's one of those things, you know.
Like attracting ears with the music and then really like living with it.
Message, yeah. Because once you live with it, and you're going through some of these things in real time, then you kind of resonate with it more because it's just like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Rather than you just listening to it, because don't get me wrong, music is made to listen to, but other
Mm.
music is made to inspire as well, and get you out of dark places. So yeah.
Why did you decide to step into the shoes of, you took a gig at Def Jam. Why
Mm.
now since you've been there like 2005, I know you filled a similar role over at Atlantic, senior in the creative department. Why was now the right time?
I think the building needs it more than ever. I've been in that building and watched it go through like 4 or 5 different regimes, and it needed somebody to be there that was vested in it, that got skin in the game, that's a staple in it, that understands what it stands for. Because after a while, when the leadership keep changing, um, you
Mm.
know, some of the values and the morals kind of go with it. And I want to stand for the building because I know what it's about. I've been there, my whole career. So if anything, I want to take it up. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it start to, wither away. So I'm gonna do what I can along with everybody that's in there to keep the Def Jam name alive and to keep the artists that's flowing through there like the mega stars that they are. Because Def Jam made some mega stars.
I agree. Absolutely. The Gucci Mane reconciliation on Verzuz, we cannot skip over that. I'm sure it was a milestone for you this year of growth. How often since then do you play that night in your mind? I'm sure it plays on your mind. And what kind of emotions go through you?
I just, I have it, it's different because you can't really get out and feel people, so you don't really know the feeling. I mean, for me, it was just one of them things that's how I played out. So, one thing about me that I do understand is just that there's a higher being, and when he writes something out, that's the way it's written. And you can't change that, because if it was different, it would have ended different. So I respect that. And I mean, just for me, I just, hope that message resonates with a lot of this next coming generation, so they understand, that they ain't got to go a certain route to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Like the name of the game is to get the money and escape in luxury. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
like go backwards. So that's my thing. I hate seeing these kids get out here and get this money and be up and be taking care of their people and their hood and their city, and then all of a sudden, for no reason, they're gone. You know?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Actually, that's a perfect segue. Almighty Black Dollar, this is it radiates throughout not just your music but your messaging as a human, you on social media. Atlanta being the mecca of black businesses. A lot of people, a lot of artists I interview say we love Atlanta because it's okay. We're comfortable being black in Atlanta. And,
Right.
the stuff that you talk about on Almighty Black Dollar, the designers that is glorified so much in hip hop, but you're really trying to pull back the narrative to bring financial freedom to the black community. So,
Right.
first of all, why was Rick Ross such an important person to join you on this song? And secondly, what is your mission here?
Ross was, well, just so you know, like I said, I was one of the first artists to work with Justice League, but when they hooked up with Ross, they created a sound that only they can make for Ross. And I always liked their sound together. And me and Justice League, we always stayed cool. And me and Ross was cool, by the way. So when I got the beat from them, I'm just like, yo, I was like, damn, like I hear Ross all over this. I just got to figure out where I want to go with it. So I lived with the beat for like 2 days. I came up with the concept. I sent it to Ross. He was like, yo, this crazy. Knocked it out. He sent it back. I did, my part. And then the rest was history. Actually, I sent it to Jay-Z as well. Jay-Z was going to be on it, and Puff. Puff was going to talk through it, but we didn't have the time. But it turned out right because it was me and Ross. And I felt like me, Jeezy and Ross on the Justice League beat with a real message you can't lose. And Ross has been one of the ones like myself. He's always preaching, financial freedom and by the block, and it just made sense. You got two kings that's really out here making moves and pushing the culture, and now we standing on something, and we saying that, like, look, let's spread the money, like let's make it circulate. Let's not just take it all to one place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got nothing against designers per se, but I do got something against my people working hard and taking all their hard-earned money and giving it to the designers to put their kids through college and pay for their kids' trust funds. And our kids don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, we gotta we gotta balance it. It gotta be some balance. Let's support some
Yeah.
of our black businesses because we gotta know our worth. Our dollar is the one that makes that stuff popular and it takes it off the shelves. You know what I'm saying? We do
So
that.
what's the next effective step for you to create this impact and make it have a domino effect?
I just think it's the messaging. I just think you gotta just put it out there so people can at least hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, you might be thinking it, but you don't hear it. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't hear it enough, you might not move like that. But now somebody might be, in the neighborhood and see a restaurant. It might be black owned. Let's go eat there. You might see a clothing line. Let me support you. Might get a cameraman. Might get a production crew, like whatever. But it's just like throwing that out there. It's some black owned dope businesses too. So I think we should support. And that's
100%.
the message. You got to just hear it sometimes. Like sometimes when you don't hear things, you kind of you keep it to yourself. Like, well, I would do that, but it might not be the cool thing to do. It's like, nah, it's cool. Go ahead.
Well, what we should do then, there's one of the founding members of So Solid Crew here, which is a legendary group, has started Black Pound Day. So it would be great if
Black
you
pound.
two, yeah, Black Pound Day. So pound is obviously the currency
You know what I'm
here.
saying? It's going down out here, baby. Stacking it up.
Absolutely. Well, Jeezy, we got to wrap it up, man.
Next time you
Yeah.
keep Trap alive out there, all right? Hey, holla at me.
Hey.